Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll be talking about the Pike Piddlers Storytelling Festival, an annual event that's always a fun activity for the community and pretty much people all over the Southeast. My guest today, Johnny Steed, the MC for the Storytelling Festival, one of the organizers. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you, Aaron.
And as I mentioned, it's an annual event, a fun event that brings the somewhat lost art of storytelling to the modern age and introduces it to people who are familiar with it and not so familiar with it.
Well, and Aaron, this is the way we like to say it and put it in the storytelling lingo. This is 1 year in a row for the 11th time. So we've gotten a decade at least behind us and been so fortunate to get the cream of the crop when it comes to storytellers to come to Troy, to come to Brundage, and just educate us all on how great storytelling is as an art.
And of course, a lot of people out there, when they hear the term storytelling, the first thing comes to their head is, parents reading stories to their kids at night. And yes, that is a form of storytelling, but this is more akin to maybe going to see a stand-up comedian or a full-blown performance up there.
It's a full-blown performance, and the thing about it is, in the same story, you can go from side-splitting laughter to kind of a tear in the eye, emotional memories, because many of these are their experiences growing up with the characters they grew up with, the situations they lived in, and where they were born and raised.
And then this year, you've got kind of a good variety of regional storytellers. And tell us about the lineup you've got going on this year. So
Donald Davis, who has earned the title of the Dean of Storytelling, we refer to him as the Donald of Storytelling. And he was born and raised in Waynesville, North Carolina, spent 20 years as a minister, a Methodist minister, and has been teaching and performing stories and storytelling as an art now for years. He was kind enough to come to our first because Jane Treadwell had seen him at the National Storytelling Festival in Jonesboro, Tennessee. And he enjoyed our theater and the Trojan Center and how well it worked. And he has asked to come back each year. Thank goodness. Yeah. We have Michael Reno Harrell, who is from the Southern Appalachian Mountains, and he is a musician as well as a storyteller. We have Josh Goforth, and he's from Johnson City, Tennessee. And Josh is one of these guys. He's a Grammy-nominated musician as well as a storyteller. And one of these guys who really doesn't know how good he is yet. He's an exceptional artist. And then the gentleman that has not been before is Adam Booth. And he, as Jane explained it, received a standing ovation at his performance during the National Storytelling Festival in Jonesboro. He's from Shepherdsville, West Virginia. And as we were talking about, Shepherdsville is on a line with Baltimore, Maryland, almost on the Pennsylvania line. It's where West Virginia comes to a point up in the north, and we should get a little different
edging on the northern kind of storytelling in there.
Kind of what his bent would be versus the gentleman that we just mentioned in the past.
And of course, the show, there's multiple shows. The Friday night show, always a popular one down in Brundage, it's already sold out. And usually by the time you get here to talk about this every year, it's sold out. But there are 3 shows in the Trojan Center, and the opportunity for tickets, all of those. But for individuals who want to see that, there's a different, they can see all 3, and it's an opportunity to see, and they may want to see all 3 performances. So
none of the stories are repeated. We have different pre-show bands and musicians that entertain 30 minutes before each show starts, which on Saturday is 10, 2, and 6:30. 10 and 6:30 are $10 each, and then the 2:30 is $15 each. For anybody that would like all 3 tickets, you can buy them for $30.
All right, so for $30, you can see all 3 shows if you want to.
And I don't know any other better way to explain it other than a relaxed, comforting, entertaining day. You don't have anything to do but just sit and listen and remember and enjoy.
Have a good time. And if anybody wants tickets, what can they do about getting tickets? So
They can call 334-685-5524.
all right.
334-685-5524 and speak with Kathy. She can make the arrangements for them to have the tickets, as many or as few as they like.
All right. Well, here's hoping there's another big turnout for this year's Storytelling Festival. Always a fun weekend. And for those that are looking for something new and maybe something a little bit more traditional,
It's as
they can
much
enjoy it.
fun for us as it is for them. We really do have a good time.
Well, here's hoping you have another good time, and thanks for joining us
Thanks,
today.
Aaron.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.